Hello, everyone, and welcome to Expect the Unexpected podcast. This is Christopher Sanchez, and today we are really excited because we have the opportunity to talk about a really amazing topic with you.
Yes, that's right, Henry Sarah here again. And yeah, the topic for today is very interesting. I know it's very difficult. It could be a little bit complex, but can you tell us about what our topic for today is?
Well, in this episode, we're going to talk about life in our planet or in the whole universe, and we're going to discuss if it is possible or not.
Yes, for this, I want to share with you this image that I found interesting. And have you heard about the Drake equation before?
Well, I have to be honest, I haven't heard about this before, but at first sight, I can see that it's a really big equation with a lot of variables that I haven't heard before. I think that it's related with aliens, or beings in the universe.
Yes, it's basically an equation developed by Frank Drake that have the purpose of estimate the potential number of intelligent alien civilizations in our galaxy. What do you think we read it? Can you start, please?
Of course. Well, first we have the average rate of star formation every year in your galaxy.
Then it is multiplied by the fraction of those stars that have planets.
Then multiply by the average number of planets that can support life in a star that has planets.
Then multiplied by the fraction of planets that actually develop life.
Then multiply by the fraction of planets with life that actually go on to develop intelligent life.
Then multiplied by the fraction of intelligent life that release detectable signs of their existence in space.
And finally, multiply by the expected lifetime of such a civilization for the period that it can communicate across the space.
Yes, and as a result, we have the number of civilizations in our galaxy with which communication might be possible. So I have this other image that it's interesting too because it has all the numbers. And of course, the following parameters it says are actual and hypothetical values for the question. But the interesting part is the result. The result is 23. I thought that it would be higher because, the size of the universe is tremendously big. But yeah, I would say I'm surprised. What do you think?
Yes, I'm surprised as well. I thought we were going to obtain a bigger number, but yeah, we end up obtaining a really small number, or at least it's not zero. That means that there is a small probability that we can find another beam in the space, in our galaxies, maybe uh, in the solar system. Yeah.
Yes. And now you may be wondering why, of course, if the probabilities are more than zero, why we haven't had communication with them. Well, that is what is called the Fermi Paradox. Can you tell us about some information about this image, Christopher?
Of course. Well, we have to know that the universe is enormous. I mean, the diameter of the universe is 90 billion light years. So that it's impossible to imagine how long is that size. Yeah, it's a really big size. And then we know that the age of the universe is 13.8 billion years. So that the universe is extremely old and extremely enormous. So yeah, maybe that's the reason we haven't found other beams in the universe because it's too big. Yeah.
Yes, and the number that 10 to 12 billion years is the time where the universe has been stable. So let's take a look at the first hypothesis. So the first one is the fishbowl. Well, it refers that with the planet Earth is just a bowl, a fishbowl. And for example, if someone has a fishbowl in their house, the fish doesn't know about they can't comprehend the humans or everything that is surrounding them. And we may be like that. We are so insignificant that, or we don't know, we don't have the enough intelligence to understand what is beyond our universe, and maybe there will be something else. Maybe someone is controlling us, someone or something. So I'd like to know your opinion about this one.
Oh my God, when you were talking about this hypothesis, I was scared. I mean, imagine that someone is watching us, but we are not able to understand that, and we're not able to pay attention to the things that are around us. I mean, we are paying attention to your room, to your social media, but maybe there's something so much bigger that are watching us every day, and me and our brain is not able to understand that. For me, it's scary. It sounds like science fiction, but at the same time, I think that it could be possible. So yeah, there's another hypothesis that is interesting: the containment hypothesis. Well, imagine this: you are playing in your smartphone, and uh, in your smartphone you have Mario Bros or Pokemon or everything. But do you think that it's possible that Mario Bros tag with you, or do you think that Pikachu is going to understand that you are playing with them, with it? No, of course. So the containment hypothesis presents the same idea. Maybe we are just like virtual reality, or we are not real. We are just like a game. Something bigger than us is watching us and is using us, and we are not able to communicate with them because we are not as powerful as them. This is scary as well, but it could be. So what do you think, Henry?
Yes, I think if that were real, the technology that was used is extremely advanced because we don't know how it works, or maybe we haven't discovered the means to discover it. So I think, yeah, it sounds from a story from science fiction, but I think it could be possible and everything could be false. So now let's take a look at the third hypothesis, the island hypothesis. It is referring like, okay, if there's an island full of animals that you don't know, maybe there are germs or some diseases that you don't know and there are no cure for them. And if you go there, you probably are going to die or you are going to get a disease. So I think in this hypothesis, in the island is the planet Earth, and the animals are humans, and I think it could be probable. But the thing is that if it's possible, the all other beings can come, but they don't want because for them we can be dangerous, and maybe they know of our existence, but they don't want to come here because of the danger that it can have.
Oh, this is really interesting, and I have to say that it's logical. I mean, if you are enough intelligent, you know that you don't have to go to the rainforest because you can find lions, tigers, foxes, wolves, or snakes, or poisonous frogs. So that you try to avoid those places, at least you know the area. Well, it's the same with aliens, humans. Maybe for the aliens, we are dangerous, and actually we are. So yeah, maybe this is the reason they want to avoid us. Maybe they want to avoid a war, and of course, humans uh, too. So I think that is interesting, and maybe I have to say that I think that this hypothesis could be real. And we have another hypothesis that is really, really interesting: the remote isolation hypothesis, where uh, imagine that you are alone and you don't you can communicate with others because you are in your room without internet, without a phone, um, and nothing. You don't have anything to communicate with others. So maybe this is the reason we are not able to communicate with the aliens. maybe we don't have the technology or the resources or or the energy or the intelligence to be able to communicate with aliens. Maybe they exist, but they exist really far from us. So we need a super machine or a super satellite or I don't know, a super rocket. And of course, we don't have those things. And maybe we don't have the knowledge of physics to know how to travel through the space really fast. So yeah, I think that it could be possible. And it's a little frightening to know that we are isolated in a small part of the universe. What do you think, Henry?
Yes, the example you gave was really clear that maybe you are in your room isolated, but it doesn't mean that you are alone. Maybe, for example, if I'm in my room, my mom could be in the living room, but I'm not alone. I cannot open the door to go to the living room, but it means that I'm not alone. It could be like in our room, but there could be more people, and yeah, that could be possible too. Now we have the predator hypothesis. For this one, for me, it's the less likely that can be possible because it refers to there's and yeah, I would say an entity that protects ourselves that from other beings, that it destroys every being that comes to Earth just to protect us. And yeah, but for me, it doesn't sound right, or yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. But what do you think?
Mm, this hypothesis sounds very, I don't know, boring, I would say, because it reminds me of a lot of horror movies. So for me, this too fantastic. It's like, I don't know, like a science fiction movie. So yeah, I don't like either. But maybe it could be possible because maybe the aliens are waiting to know when we become I don't know lazier or or less strong so that they can attack us. Uh, so yeah, maybe they are waiting. But imagine that maybe they are looking out to know to waiting for the exact moment to attack. I think that yeah, it sounds unrealistic, but at the same time frightening. Really, really scary. And then we have another hypothesis, the evolutionary revolution hypothesis. Well, imagine this: you are walking through to the supermarket or to a party or I don't know, um, and then you find a small cat, a really beautiful small cat. Well, maybe you are going to uh, touch it because for you it's so cute, but you are not going to talk with your cat and you are not going to talk about physics with the cat or about chemistry or about your English, and you are not going to talk about your hobbies because you know that the cat is not able to comprehend the language, the human language. Well, the evolutionary revolution hypothesis uh, try to explain something similar. Maybe the aliens are so much more intelligent compared to the humans, so that for them we are just like stupid animals with not a real purpose in their life. So, so that they don't want to waste their time talking with us or trying to communicate with us because it doesn't work for them. What do you think?
Yeah, I would say this makes a lot of sense because maybe the other beings are super intelligent, or they could be so, I don't know, maybe they don't understand us or we don't understand them. And that's when the cables go entangled because we can't communicate. And maybe that's why they haven't come. But yeah, for me it makes a lot of sense. And finally, we have take the rare earth hypothesis. With this hypothesis, it says that life is really, really extremely, well, yeah, it's really extremely well, really extreme to create, but we are an exception, and we have life here. And this is basically that we are alone in the whole universe. But I don't know. I think there's something else. And we may know that we are alone in the whole universe now. In the future, maybe I don't know. Maybe we can discover new technology to travel. But something, I was watching this video and I went to the comment section and a person said, Okay, aliens could come, but the thing is that we imagine them coming in a spaceship or something like that. But that's something that we comprehend, and maybe they have something that we cannot comprehend. And yeah, they could come, but I mean, for now, this is the biggest solution people have found that we are alone. What do you think?
Well, I have to be honest. This hypothesis sounds really, really boring, but at the same time, it's the most logical hypothesis. I mean, life is extraordinary. Look at you, look at your body, look at your family, look at the cats, dogs, and other animals. It's incredible how we can use the energy, the food, the chemistry, and how we can communicate with others to find solutions, to get entertainment, and that sort of things. Yeah, to be honest, is incredible. So that I think that we are a really amazing casualty. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe this just happened here in the earth. The universe uh, will not. The universe will not have been able to do something similar. So yeah, maybe life is weird. Life is strange. Uh, Life is something that it doesn't have to happen, but it happens. Yeah. That's why maybe we have to appreciate your life because it's beautiful and it's extraordinary and amazing and breathtaking how we can live. We do this every day, but maybe we are the only species, animals in general, with the ability to do this. So yeah, it's amazing.
Something interesting is that according to the my research, from all the animals that have lived in this planet, 90%, 99% have died out. So we are basically the 1% in this planet. And maybe, I don't know, we are going to be part of that 99% in the future. So I really believe that being curious and asking yourself if something is right, if something really exists, or if something, yeah, just to question of yourself, is something really important in our lives because that's why how we have more technology and how we create new inventions.
Eh, yeah, it's amazing how we are so special. Maybe if the aliens uh, existed, we would be amazing because it's extraordinary to know that other intelligent beings can be developed by the universe. So yeah, but for the moment, I think that we are so special, but part of your intelligence is to be curious. So that we are keep doing a lot of research to know if aliens exist or not, because we have the motivation, the energy. Maybe we don't have the technology, but in the future we are going to. I'm sure that we are going to develop new things to obtain information about the universe. So maybe, and we are not going to discover if alien exists or not in 10 years, in 20 years, or in 100 years. Or at least we are going to be uh, nearer to the answer, which is fantastic.
Yeah, that's right. I really hope you like this episode. And I would say if you want to learn something more about this topic, because we have just like 7 theories, but there will be more, and it's a really interesting topic, and you can look it up if you want.
Yeah, and I was saying to my friends, my family, everyone, you have to be curious, you have to study, and you have to be motivated to obtain new information. Maybe not about aliens, but about other things. Yeah, because as I mentioned, we are special. So use your special brain to do a lot of things. Well, this is all that I have to say for today. So I think that uh, I'm going to conclude by saying thanks for your attention.
Yeah. Thank you, and see you in the next time. Bye.
Goodbye.